If you're a recruiter, you know the grind is real. We all do. But what if I told you a few powerful words could totally reframe your day and reignite that passion for the hunt? Well, today we're diving into some timeless wisdom that can transform your work from just a task list into a real mission. All right, let's jump right in.
You know the feeling, right? It's Monday morning, the coffee just isn't working, that to-do list looks like a mountain, and finding the next great candidate feels, well, impossible. Like you're searching for a needle in a haystack. That feeling of burnout, yeah, it's something every single one of us has to face.
But here's the thing, the secret to pushing through all that noise isn't about working harder. It's about thinking differently. What you do is so incredibly important, and sometimes all it really takes is a little shift in perspective, powered by some classic wisdom to remind you of the huge picture you're a part of.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the why. Zooming out to see just how strategic your role is. Then, we'll hit the who, what actually makes a great hire. After that, we'll cover the how, by mastering the art of the question. We'll even peek into the future of the hunt, and then we'll wrap it all up with a final takeaway just for you.
All right, first up, the why. How often do we get so bogged down in the daily tasks that we completely lose sight of the big picture? This part is all about zooming out and remembering that your role isn't just about operations. No, it's fundamentally strategic.
I just love this quote from Lawrence Bossidy. It cuts right to the heart of everything. At the end of the day, you bet on people, not on strategies. Just think about that for a second. The most brilliant strategy on earth is just words on paper without the right people to make it happen.
So what does that really mean for you? Well, first, you're the gatekeeper. You decide who gets to walk through the door and shape the entire culture. Second, you're the architect, literally building the future of the company, one person at a time. And third, you're the investor, placing a bet on human potential. See? You're not just filling a role, you're shaping a destiny.
And if Bossidy tells us why it's all so critical, Bill Gates really shows us the high stakes of getting it wrong. He just frames it perfectly, doesn't he? The line between a great company and a mediocre one isn't some product or patent. It's the relentless hunt for great people. Your work, that is the engine that keeps the company from just falling behind.
Okay, so that brings us right to section 2, the who. If people really are the strategy, then how in the world do we identify the right ones? The people who will actually build that success.
Let's start with this beautifully simple mantra. It comes from the former CEO of Porsche, Peter Schutz. Hire character, train skill. It's so powerful. Think about it. You can teach someone a new software program in a week, right? But you can't teach them integrity. You can't teach curiosity or just a great attitude. And that's the whole point.
Now, this next idea, wow. Once you see it, you really can't unsee it. Leo Roston pointed out this powerful ripple effect. It's simple. First-rate people, they hire other first-rate people. It creates this amazing culture of excellence. But second-rate people, they tend to hire third-rate people. It's kind of sobering, but it also shows the immense power you have to shape the future. And hey, this isn't just a gut feeling, it's backed by tons of research. In his legendary book, Good to Great, Jim Collins discovered this was a total non-negotiable for the world's best companies. They always prioritized who a person is over what they simply know. They get it. Character is the foundation that everything else is built on.
Okay, so that brings us to section 3. If we're on the hunt for character, how do we actually find it? Well, we do it by mastering the how, that subtle, super powerful art of asking better questions.
Isn't it wild how a quote from the 1700s can feel so spot on today? Voltaire said, "Judge a person by their questions rather than their answers." For an interview, this is a total game changer. It's a reminder to pay attention not just to the polished answers, but to what the candidate is actually curious about. Their questions tell you what they really care about.
Steve Jobs had this brilliant way of talking about this. He said he looked for the metadata. So when he asked a simple question like, "Why are you here?" he wasn't really listening for the rehearsed answer. No, he was watching for the passion, the hesitation, the whole thought process, all those unspoken data points that show you who someone really is. He wasn't just listening for, "I'm a hard worker." He was looking for the proof in how they talked.
So how can you find this metadata? Well, here are 3 really concrete steps. Step 1, ask the simple questions, the ones you might think are a little naive. They can be incredibly revealing. Step 2, figure out the one question you are most uncomfortable asking. And step 3, ask that exact question, and ask it early. It's a pattern interrupt. It completely throws them off their script and gives you a peek at the real person sitting across from you.
Okay, let's shift gears and look ahead. Section 4. The future of the hunt. The basic ideas of finding great people, they're timeless. But the tools, the technology, the entire landscape, it's changing, and it's changing fast. So how do we adapt?
Now listen up, because this is probably the most important mindset shift for any modern recruiter. Recruitment is marketing. You are no longer just filling a slot. You're telling a story, you're building a brand that attracts the right talent before they even think about applying. Every single email, every call, it's all marketing.
And you can see this shift happening everywhere. Recruiters are connecting with people on WhatsApp now. Flexibility isn't a perk anymore, it's a massive competitive advantage. And let's just pause on that last one. Interview-less hiring. Now, that doesn't mean no evaluation. It means we're moving toward project-based assessments. Things that show what a candidate can do, not just what they say they can do. It's a radical idea, but it proves the future is all about getting creative.
But just when we start getting all wrapped up in AI and a future with no interviews, we get this hilarious and all too real reminder from recruiter Matt Buckland that this job will always, always be about people. And sometimes, those people show their true character when they least expect it. You really never know.
And that brings us to our final section. Let's bring it all home. We're going to distill all of this down into 4 powerful ideas that you can take with you into your very next workday. I'm talking tomorrow morning. So let's reframe your role right now. Number 1, you are a strategist, not just a processor. You're building the future. Number 2, you hire for character first, skill second. Remember, character is the ultimate skill. Number 3, your questions are your most powerful tool. Use them. And number 4, you are a marketer, telling the story of your company's future.
So, I'm going to leave you with one final thought to take with you. After hearing all of this, what is the one simple, direct, maybe even a little uncomfortable question that you are now inspired to ask? The one that's going to uncover that real metadata. Really think about it, because that one question, it could absolutely change everything.